Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday night. Happy Friday. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. Hopefully everyone's having a great night. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being my friend. Love all of you so much. So much. Got 80 people here in chat waiting on me. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Right away, we had Tom Lawrence up in here. Kilco, what's going on, Kilco? Beginning Bourbon, how are you? Scott Tilton, new member. Thanks, Scott. Welcome to the Top Taster or something. Appreciate that. Bourbon Brigade's in the house. The Mash Bill, Univ Poke, Andrew Hoff, Whiskey Knows. What's going on? Baker's Outdoors was here early. Bev Porter, that's my mama. Love you, mama. Wendy Miller's in the house. Boy, that's a good one. Papa's Pro is in the house. Gary Franchi, how you doing, Gary? Chris Spoos up in here. What's going on, Chris? Hank Williams Jr., Papa Joe. Justin Jenkins, how are you, Justin? Stephen Hill, what's going on? Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Tonight's going to be a kind of a different and fun night. Doing some weird, different stuff that is kind of new to me. Not really new to me as far as like whiskey, but like it's a new experience. It's going to be kind of neat. And I just wanted to have you guys along for the ride, just to do it with me. It's going to be pretty cool. Dave Markowski, how are you? Bob Belkovac, stepping up to the plate. Bob Belkovac is 6'3", weighs in at 200 pounds, and he's a slugger. Matt Juniak, how are you, Matt? My mama says, sorry, I'm not calling out to everyone separately. I'm whipped. What's going on with that? Do you want to repeat of last Friday night? No, you chill out. Mom, you chill out. Take it easy, man. Alex Crank. Alex, got your package today. Thank you. Can't wait to get into that stuff. Appreciate it. Friggin' Alex Crank. Just cranking out the goodies to me. What a guy. Ethan Friedman, what's going on? Colin Murray Bain, how are you? Jeez Louise, Austin Feltz is in the house. The Brubaker maker himself. Ernie, how are you? Bring it, Ernie Brubaker. Jeff Perkins. Let's do this stuff. Let's get into this. Glenn Lipsick, what's going on? I didn't even see if my microphone was working. That's a real bad idea. Oh, it looks like it's working. That's good. On there it is. On here is it? I'm sure that somebody would have said something by now. Trev sent everybody. Thanks, Trev. I watched Trev just not enjoy Thomas H. Handy. To each their own, I guess. Trev is like, you know what? I don't like BTAC. It's a bold move. It's a bold move. Drew Furstenberger, what's going on? Missed the last 2 weeks, but back in force. Heck yeah. DC, what's going on, brother? Thrasher's in the house. Love that guy. Love me some Thrasher. Adam Dorman, Josh Randall, Will Henderson, MVP. Oh, did I miss Julie? Did I miss the Julester? Scrolling up. Wise Guy, Whiskey Guy, what's happening? Hey, Michelle Lynn's in the house. I hope everything's going amazing with you too. Bourbon Wrench says he sent himself. That's pretty awesome. Dave Linksweiler, how are you, David? What's going on? Caitlin Brubaker, what's up, Caitlin? What's going on? I gotta get pumped up. Tonight's a great night. It's a big night. Come on, get pumped up, Porter. We're doing like some sampling of stuff that only few people have sampled so far, and I can't wait. We'll talk all about it. But first, I want to say thank you to Maureen Franchi. Ready for some great whiskey tasting. Cheers, Maureen. Thank you for that. Thank you for coming and showing up and just being here. 165 people here just waiting on me to stop being awkward. It's never going to happen. You'll be here forever. Bourbon Wrench says BTAC can suck it. Awesome. If Buffalo Trace ever watches this, BTAC cannot suck it. They can just bring it to me instead of Trev. Just let me have it all. Bring me to BTAC. Bring me to BTAC. Hey, Like Time's in the house. There's Like Time. Dynamite and Jewelster. All right. We have, it's the sexiest MFer in the whiskey tube. Where? Not here. Not here. Maybe. No, don't. Make me blush. Don't want to make a ginger blush. It gets weird. Things get weird. I want to talk about a few things. First of all, we have the new Old Charter project rolling out. It's a new whiskey tube collaboration event, collaboration project. I don't know. That's going to be officially going within the next couple weeks. Basically, I got stickers, and I wasn't a huge fan of the stickers I got for these bottles. I wanted to make them better. So the bottles are going to be better this year. There's going to be 2 of them. There's going to be 2 different teams. It's going to be Team Dan versus Team Sean from the Bourbon Junkies. They're going to draft their teams that were voted on by my patrons. And then their teams are going to see who can make the bottle the best. At the end of the blending process, at the end of the infinity bottle blending by these 2 teams, we have judges. And so far, we have 2 judges who have agreed to be judges on these bottles. And one of them is Dixon Dedman of Kentucky Owl. And the other one, thanks to the Mash and Drum, who so politely asked the question, Jackie Zykin's going to be the other judge. Probably ask a couple more people, but I think that's pretty awesome. Like, ridiculous. Super friggin' cool that Jackie and Dixon are both in and on board. So then, of course, they'll determine a winner, and then we're going to auction the bottles off for charity like we did the Beagle Rare Project. So that's really exciting. Also, we will be doing starting a whiskey tasting tournament on YouTube. It's the ADHD Whiskey Invitational, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see where I have my picture at. I have a picture somewhere. Where is it at? Picture. Where did you go? Oh, here it is. 18 different contestants. 18 contestants. 2 of the contestants are teams of 2. But so 20 contestants, 18 contenders, you could say. And it's going to be fun. And it's going to happen on this channel. It might happen on other live streams also, depending on how we have to work it out. But for sure, it's going to happen on Friday nights on this channel. First one's going to start in a couple weeks. And there we go. There's the bracket. It's the Calorie McGregor ADHD Whiskey Tasting Invitational. If you look up at the top there, we have the Bourbon Junkies Dan, first round taking on Grease from the podcast. That's going to be outrageous and fun. Then we have Sean from the Bourbon Junkies taking on Will from the podcast. The winner of those are going to compete. We could get a podcast quarterfinal, or we could get a Bourbon Junkie quarterfinal, or we could get that's just fun. That's fun. Below there is Klein, Destination Bourbon, is taking on a team of I Whiskey She Wines. That's right. It's Klein versus Sam and Bobby, just to kick things off down there. And then we have a 3-way. Hot Buttery Rolls, Dusty Dan, and Scott from My Bourbon Journey will be in a 3-way battle to see who moves forward. Over to the right side of the bracket, Chad from It's Bourbon Night is taking on Clifton from Bourbon Bites. Right below that, Sarah from It's Bourbon Night is taking on Perry from My Bourbon Podcast. So who's going to come out of there? That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun to watch. Underneath that, Jason from the Mash and Drum is going head to head with a man from the same town with a similar name. But whose palate's better? Which drummer will reign supreme? Jason from the Mash and Drum or Cameron from Drums and Drams? Who knows? Who's to say? Then the final 3-way, Trev the Bourbon Wrench takes on Kyle from Bourbon Blind and the team of the Shelf Turds. That's going to be so much fun. Excuse me, I've got a cough. I muted myself and it worked out great. But yeah, that's a tournament. They're going to go head to head. It's going to be fierce. It's going to be incredible. And I think that it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And I can't wait to get this off the screen. There, I just did it. So that's going to be cool. That's going to be a lot of fun. Money's on Cam. Mash and drum all day. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of trash talk. There's going to be a lot of smartness, a lot of just people killing it. Probably people doing poorly. You never know. You never know. I'm going to supply the samples, and it's just going to be me asking questions, and it's going to be a point system. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So hopefully everybody is excited for that, because I am. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, for sure. Zachary Jones says I'm ripped. Thank you. Pretty sure that's going to be what I look like when I take my shirt off tomorrow morning. Probably not. Probably not. Oh, Alec just finished packing. Nice. Hopefully you have a safe trip tomorrow, dude. Safe trips. Scrolling up. All right. Sarah is the dark horse? I don't think so. I think Sarah's probably one of the favorites. Sarah's got a good palate. And I wanted to have Shayla too in the tournament, but it's so hard to get her samples because where she lives. And I was like, dang it. But I really wanted Shayla. I thought Shayla was going to be like an underdog just to come and just kick butt. But I was like, it's impossible to get her stuff because she lives not in America. So that's unfortunate, but maybe next year. Maybe next year she'll come and kill it. Does the winners get to stone cold stunner the losers? Possibly. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. This is what we're doing tonight. This is going to be so much fun. I'll take Trev at 200-1 odds. That's pretty funny. When does the tourney start? The tourney begins not next Friday, but the following Friday. Unless I can work something out for the 9th, which I'm not sure if we can do it or not. The 16th will be the first two matchups. Dan, the junkies and the podcast guys. So it'll be two matchups on that night, the 16th. No Fred Minnick. I mean, that would have been a lot of fun. I should have asked him. He's literally a professional taster, and I don't think it'd be fun for him. I should have asked him though. Maybe I'll get him to come on one night and just talk trash. That'd be good if he just came on and talked trash one night and was like, "You guys are terrible. You're the worst." That'd be so much fun. Patrick Fulmer, are you taking action on this? Here's my donation on client. Cheers. That's funny. I'm not taking any action. No, I'm not. All right. This is what we got here tonight. Look at this thing. This is a box, and it is rich mahogany. It says so right inside. It says, this is not oak, this is mahogany. And it smells of mahogany, you could say. Any update on the new whiskey tube blend? We just talked about that. Just waiting on a couple stickers for the bottles. Then we're gonna get started on it. So that will be within a week or two. That because we have to draft the teams, and then we'll go from there. So it's wheels are in motion, you could say. And then we'll get kicked off. There won't be any. How do I put it? There's not going to be any content with that for a while because everybody's going to film their videos, and then we're going to release them like scheduled releases. So it's like we'll know exactly what day the new video will come out. That way we're not wondering when the next one's going to show up and where. It'll be scheduled this year. So it'll be a lot easier to follow. Scott Tilton, thank you for the super chat. You're the top whiskey taster. I'm not. I won the competition, but I'm just a guy who has an incredible nose and palate. Some days. is Will a 20-point favorite over Sean? I didn't make any odds. I couldn't make any odds. All right, this is what we got going. So anyway, I got an email from Sam Houston, and they were like, hey, we would like you to be involved with a little project. And I was like, let's do it. And this is kind of the gist of what we're doing here. This thing. It says, Sam Houston Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey is working with a select few in the bourbon community to help curate, which is a big word for me, the next great offering of our rare bourbon whiskey. Release number 6 will be the oldest and highest proof bourbon ever released under the Sam Houston Bourbon brand. Selected participants will be sampling bourbon from various barrels and helping curate the flavor profile. So that's what I'm doing. I'm helping them curate it, which sounds like super important. And I feel pretty important. I think it will be great to help curate tonight. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get this thing open. It's a sweet box. Look at it. Oh, Erica. It comes right off like that. Put it there. It's got this super cool like note card. It's like a rating card. They want me to rank the barrels from least favorable to most favorable from 1 to 10. Thank you for your participation with helping curate the taste of our premium bourbon for release number 6, our oldest and highest proof offering ever. The taste profile captured in this barrel sampling process sets to highlight your specific depth of knowledge and craft in the bourbon industry. Oh, I feel like I'm on point tonight too. My palate, we're gonna kill it. I hope. We sincerely appreciate your help in creating this limited and extremely rare bourbon. Oh, I love the buzzwords. Extremely rare and limited. I love it. Then it's got tasting notes on the back. I'm not going to write on this card tonight because I'm afraid I'll ruin it. I'm going to take notes on a separate sheet of paper and then transfer them to this card later when I'm not drinking. So you go there. Stay. Now look at it. Now look at what it looks like. Look at that. That's fancy. It's the fanciest thing I have. It's the fanciest thing I've ever had. Ever. It's pretty sweet. I don't even want to take them out of there. I just want to just look at it and admire it. So there's 6 4-ounce samples, which means we will be drinking 24 ounces of bourbon tonight. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But we'll do what it takes. We got to make sure we pick the right ones. We have to do it right. Oh, that mahogany smells so nice. So what I think I'm going to do here? Why are there only 107 thumbs up? There's 238 in chat. That's a good question. We should get more thumbs up than that, but I'm not going to ask any. I'm not going to force anybody. That would be rude. They sent you a whole bottle. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. They sent me basically an entire bottle. So I'm wondering if, because there's notes on the single barrels, but I'm wondering how they are planning on blending it. Because I mean, like, just blending the best 2 together doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the best blend. We've learned that the hard way a few times with blending stuff. But it'll be interesting to see how they do it. But what's on there good? Is it a cork? Nope. Sam Houston's got grip strength. He just gripped it and tightened it so hard. All right. This is unbelievable. Oh, here it is. Did you hear crack? It was seriously tight. Wow. Yeah, like RoboCop over there, just tightening these things down. This is number 1. That's pretty much plenty. Go the opposite direction. No, it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I know that. My mama taught me that when I was young. Sometimes I forget which way right is, though. But I figured that one out. April Fool's, that would have been... That's what I was wondering, if it was like glued on there or something. I thought about pouring these beforehand, but I was like, I want to show the presentation of this box. Oh, America. Here's number 2. Nice. World's top whiskey sample opener. Hey, sometimes you just really got to get down to business, and you got to turn the screw or the cap real hard. Number 3. It's got like the little ribbon on it. Oh, tried to open it before I peeled the thing off. The box is nice. Yeah, that was an easy one. Either that or I'm just getting stronger by the minute. That could be it. Just getting so strong. Now they don't have the mash bills on these. I don't know. No mash bills, but they have a proof, and then they have the age of them. So we know the age and the proof, but not where it's coming from. Which I'm sure that on the bottle itself it'll say that, because the 14-year did have the mash bill on there. The heck? Get off there. It had all the information was on the Sam Houston 14. Batch size, age. That one was way more than the other ones, because I was talking when I poured it. Silly me. It's hard to get these out of there. 74-18-8. Is that for the 15-year too, these new ones? Dan and Julie, you're in the house. Right before the live stream, ran over and got your package. Thank you so much. Look what was in there. One of the things that was in there. Just waiting on my front doorstep by a nice gentleman or woman who just dropped it off directly from Dan and Julie. Look at that. I've never owned a bottle of this before. The Michter's Barrel Strength Rye. The toasted, yes. The regular, this is a 2021. Thank you. I can't wait to open this and just love it. Incredible. Incredible. There's number 5. We got one more left. One more left. And then we'll get into it. Ooh, DC got a bottle. Awesome. I tried last year's, I think, at Dan and Julie's house, and it was terrific. So really, really cool to have a bottle of it. Okay. That was on there pretty good. And in we go. Great. All right, we have 6 poured. Now let's find out which one's the best. I could guess. My guess is number 2 is the best. That's just a guess. Based off of being the best guesser on the planet. Now I want to not break this. So, reattach lid. No, I don't want to do that, because this has the age on it. I want to be able to see them. I'm not a very good planner outer, am I? All right. Here we go. I'm going to cap them too. Let's put some caps on their butts. 1 through 6. So the first barrel that I am going to get into is a 15-year. Yeah, I mean, just at 15 years. 15 years and maybe a month. And it is 125.8 proof, this one is. 125.8. Just over 15 years. Wow, that's going to be really good. It's got to be good, right? Because I mean, I don't think they're doing cask strength. I think they're adding water to it still. Last year's was like 99 proof. I think I saw a label for this year's. I think it's actually in the thumbnail. It said 103. Not sure if that's accurate or not. But let's see what this offers. Gloriousness. Deliciousness. Huh. Whoa. That is concentrated. Very concentrated. Hard candy and oak. That's like an oak Jolly Rancher. If you opened up a Jolly Rancher and it came in a brown wrapper, lots of brown sugar. Brown sugar, heavy. Oak and hard candy. Look at me taking notes like a real live note taker. It's very toasty also. I'm sure that like the barrel char is really coming through here. There's a little tiny bit of nuttiness, not overpowering at all, but it's there. Huh. Almost a little grape, like a little bit of the candied grape, which I know some people, like the Grease, just calls oak grapey, but that's definitely what we're getting on that. I'm going to nose all these first, I think. I'm going to nose them all first and then go back to taste them. Two's different. Two immediately smelled a little bit more musty. Wow. Two is, I almost feel like, okay, so when I did the World's Top Whiskey Taster competition, we had a nosing contest like at the beginning where we had to like pick out things. Like they added vanilla to one and like fruit stuff to another one, and then like a fault to a third one. And I feel like this has a slight basementy smell, like a little bit of mustiness. It doesn't smell terrible. It just smells like a little bit of there's a musty note there for sure. And I'm wondering if are you trying to trick us? I wonder if they are. I wonder if they can tell when something is not the best. It's not terrible. It's just like, it's not quite right. Interesting. It's a musty oak. Musty basement oak. It's like if here's a perfect example. You did laundry and you know how they have shirts that are made out of hemp somehow? And they're like antimicrobial, which is a gigantic word for me, but I nailed it pretty sloppily. This is like a shirt that was made out of oak instead of hemp. And then you put it in the washing machine and then you left it in there for 3 days. It's like I forgot the laundry in the washing machine oak kind of musty smell to it. But I think, there's some fruit coming through now. Now I kind of like it. Oh boy. Now there's like blueberries and maybe I should have let that open up a little bit more before I judge it. I'm sorry for judging you so quick. Oh, silly goose. I'm a silly goose. I'm still a little bit musty. I'll come back to you. You think about what you've done, and we'll talk in a little bit. Third one. Ooh. Third one is a little bit more vanilla-y, a little bit more vanilla. Smells kind of like a cowtail candy. You know, the cowtails they're brown and they have like the powdered sugar on the outside and the vanilla on the inside. Smells like an oaky cowtail, and I like that a lot. Also, a little bit of barbecue note to it, like a Lay's barbecue chip, which is interesting. I don't think I've ever got that note off of a nose before, but that's exactly what it reminded me of. One of those black bag Lay's barbecue chips. Interesting and weird. He seems nervous blinding these offering from Sam Houston. Nope. What? If I were nervous blinding their offering, I wouldn't have called it basement oak at all. I would have said, this smells really good. And I'm super thankful that you sent these to me. And I can't help but gush over them so hard and so much. That would be nervous. Calling something washing machine t-shirt oak is not. But we can pretend. I'm just nervous in general. Yeah, that barbecue note on there it's almost like a barbecued cornflake. A barbecued cornflake. Super silly, but hey, I gotta call it like I smell it, right? Barbecue cornflake and cowtail. Not. Probably wouldn't ever read that on the side of a bottle, but you might. Yeah, the third glass is a really interesting nose. Super nice. Like it's oh, maybe I seem nervous because I haven't had any drinks tonight yet. That could be it. Number 4, also going to give this one a second. I'm not going to judge it right away. Don't do it. Don't judge it. So what is going... I'm trying to read through chat a little bit, but I'm also trying to focus on these, which is... It's hard for me to focus in general, but also trying to read makes it a little bit more difficult also. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Because that one is also a little bit musty, I felt, but maybe they're not dizzy enough. That could be it. Let's get number 4 a little bit dizzy. A dizzy whiskey is a good whiskey, they say. And by they, I mean me, because that's what I say. And I've never said anything different. And if I have, sue me, but don't do that, because I don't have a lawyer right now. But if I did, sue me. But you'd lose, because that's all I've ever said. And we have proof. Spinning it and swirling it and twirling it. D. DeLang says, should have started with 147 proof. Nah, I didn't need that. Tonight. Here it goes. Peep Unif Pokes comment in the chat when you get a mental break. Okay. Can do that right now. Scrolling up. Scrolling up, trying to find it. Seems like it's up there a little ways. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Can you please say hi, Jessica? How are you? What's going on? Okay, yeah, I mean, that it's hard to watch without crying. I cry if I watch it, I'll cry right now. There's just something about it. It's like, I don't know. But hi, Jessica. That seems so weird to say. Hi, Jessica. Hello, Jessica. Don't cry, dry your eye. That's a song. Okay, number 4 is it's changing a little bit. Not sure if it's for the better though. Maybe. Number 4 seems to be also just a little bit musty. I don't know if it's also pretty it's sharp and musty. It's not really ethanol forward, but it's stingy. It's like a pointy. You know how like sometimes you know stuff and it's how do you word it? This one stings the nostrils, not because ethanol, but probably because partially, but more like it's like higher pitched notes, like not a pine needle, but like in that, like that, like what a pine needle does to your nose. This kind of does to your nose, but not piney, more just sharp. It's weird because I can't tell if I love this nose or not like this nose. It lives on the edge. Have to go back to that. Number 4 and number 2. They might be tricksters. They might be. Bourbon Brigade. BBQ cornflake and cowtails, probably my favorite notes that I've ever heard. Put that on the side of a bottle. Barbecue. People would be like, what? Who did that? And then they'd smell it and be like, that smells nothing like that. Ooh. Wow. 5 is what I would consider to be really breakfasty. It's like an oak syruped waffle. It's a very breakfasty nose. For a second, it was. Huh. And let that sit there for a minute too. I'm going to take the top off of 6 also. Let them breathe a minute. Maybe they just need to breathe. Speaking of breathe, I'll take a breath here and read through the chat. No lawyer, but you do have a castle with a moat. That's true. Bob Belkovac's in the house. Pouring himself a little Woodford double oaked. Heck yeah. Vinegar. That's exactly. Maybe it didn't smell like vinegar, but it does definitely that to your nose. Absolutely. DC, thank you. Helping me out with the old nosing notes and didn't even smell it. Okay, back to 5. I can't wait to taste these. These are going to be fun to taste. What's up with the purple hair thing? It's the second comment I've read about the purple hair. What you talking about, Drew? Young Pai Chang says, if you keep describing breakfast notes, you'll leave me no choice but to buy it like you did Kentucky Owl. A breakfasty whiskey is a great whiskey, for sure. Huh. No, I think that 5 isn't any fruit notes. Not really. Not on 5, really. No. There were some darker fruits on the ones earlier, like some blueberries, some even a little bit of like purple grape. I'll look for more through those, but these are aged for so long. A lot of those, some of those fruitier, like red fruit notes have kind of aged out, it seems like. But yeah, I mean, if we're looking at fruits, these are more like dates and prunes and like raisins a little bit, but they're not quite there either. Oh, Sam Montgomery. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, when the heck did I ever? Hey, Sam Houston, Bourbon Whiskey's in the house. What's going on? Hey, thanks for sending these my way. This is a lot of fun. Sam Houston says release number 6 will be offered at 103 proof of final bottling. Gotcha. Nice. 103 proof. And do we know how many are these going to be? I'm guessing going to be small batches like last time, like 2 to 3 barrel batches. 6. Six has like a weird added fruit note to it, almost like a tropical fruit, almost like a coconut on 6. Paul Hassel, $15 super chat. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. It's weird, like when I was tasting, when I was nosing and tasting the stuff from the Moonshine University, when they would add stuff to the whiskey that were false or like added like additives to it, like the fruit or the vanilla, a lot of times I'd smell it immediately and then it'd go away. And it was so weird. And that's on a couple of these that happened where I smelled it and I smell something strange. And then I go back to it to try to figure out what it is and it's gone. So weird. But yeah, number 6 is coconut, like pina colada oaky McOkerson. That is different and kind of glorious. It smells so good for being, it just smells different than the rest. Coconut, and I wrote coconut and then I immediately thought walnut. I'll write that too. Walnut, oak. I shouldn't even have to write oak down for my notes here because obviously oak on these for sure. Sugar Kitty says palate fatigue. I've yet to taste it. I've yet to have a sip of alcohol at all. So, maybe I'm just get worn out real quick. Hey, the junkies are in the house. What's going on, guys? Chris R says, ever get candied cigarettes on the nose? Now that you mention it, obviously I do. I've never thought about that ever, which is funny. What's going on, junkies? Dan, how are you? All right. Man, number 1 smells so good. I think number 1 might have been my favorite nose, maybe 1 or 6. 3 was good and different too. But I'm going to go in for a taste on number 1. Let's throw her down the hatch. Wow. That is remarkable. Son of a mother. That's good. What the heck? Okay, wow. That's all right. Also, my first sip of whiskey for today, 115-year-old, 125.8 proof. That's exciting. I'm not going to make any notes. I'm just going to put 3 check marks because I think it is 3 check marks good. Wow, that's good. What the heck? That was like immediate. You know how some whiskeys, they hit the palate and it just takes a second to realize like if it's good or bad. And then you're hoping that it changes into something. This was like overwhelming, maybe because it was my first sip, but it really coated the mouth exceptionally well. Very viscous, oily bugger. It's an oily bugger that made me smile inside my head. I don't want to give away my secret if it's good or not, but it's so good. Wow. The second sip, I'm accustomed to what's happening here with the proof. So second sip wasn't as overwhelming, but lots of brown sugar, like an oily brown sugar. Like if you were to like boil down brown sugar and like with water a little bit and just oily mixture. So good. Wow. All right. That first barrel is tremendous. Julie, holy cow, thank you so much. Dan and I placed a bet on which moment it was that made you love him more than me. Tell us when it was so we know who won. What are you talking about? That moment would never, ever happen. I love Jules Stir. You gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop bringing up stuff like that. Because then it makes me feel like there was never, that moment will never happen. Unless Julie dumps me, in which case that's the moment. Just saying. Kevin Eek says, very surprised 15 years wasn't too long in the barrel. Well, not for barrel 1, it wasn't. Barrel 1 was ridiculously good. Oh, Thrasher's opening his 14-year. Nice. All right, 2. The nose on 2 still is lackluster compared to the first one. And musty. It's lackluster and musty. Some people will call it lackmusty or muck-laster if you're just mixing words together. All right, I'm going to taste it, though. Maybe it'll be a surprise on the old palate. Butterscotch. A little bit of butterscotch on here. A little bit. Not a great butterscotch, though. Like a butterscotch that you wouldn't be super excited. It's like a couch butterscotch from last Christmas. You just happen to find it while cleaning out the couch, and it's definitely butterscotch, but do we eat it? We sure do. Let's see what it tastes like. Nope. Wow, no. Just gonna put no on that. Huh. Interesting. I don't know if that mixed with something else would make it good or not, but that's definitely not a winner. That's very, you mentioned too much time in the barrel. That one could possibly be that, or just tastes like a wet log a little bit. The mustiness from the nose follows right through to the palate. Not super enjoyable. Weird. Now, number 1 was ridiculously good, tremendous. Number 2, I feel like they did that on purpose, where they were like, oh yeah, we just want to see if you know anything. And I'm like, I know a little bit. I know that that's not better than number one, at least. Bare minimum. Bare minimum, number two makes me not want to drink number two again, makes me want to drink number one more. Answered Julio's super chat flawlessly and safely. No. I answered it truthfully and honestly. Okay, 3 was the barbecue chip one. Barbecue chip cowtail. Rich Flinchbow. When is your Bardstown blend going to be released? This summer, hopefully. I'm going down there at the end of May to meet up with Steve Nally, and that's when we're gonna start blending some stuff. And if they have their sourced barrels in, that's when we'll do it. And hopefully they do, and we just do it then. And then it should be available pretty much right after that, from what I understand. But as soon as I know more, I'll let you guys know. You know, as much as I know, you know. That's all I know right now. Is the blending process is supposed to take place at the end of May. Nate Russell, friggin' Nate. Love the Sam Houston 14 Georgia batch. Can't wait to get a bottle of the 15 year. For now, I'll suffer through this Kentucky Yellow dry state sample. That dry state's good stuff. I mean, obviously. Thank you for the super chat, Nate. Appreciate it. Huh. Abby Who Winks got a New Riff single barrel today. Those single barrels from New Riff are getting good. They're getting real good. Will your signature be on every bottle of your Bardstown blend? I don't know about that. That's just weird. That's so weird. But of course, I'll sign it. I'll sign them 5 times just to make it super awkward for everybody. Like, why are there so many of the same signatures on this bottle? In case 1 or 6 wear off, then there'll always be one there for you to see. All right, number 3 down the hatch. Wow. Number 3 is very balanced. That's the right word. Super balanced. It is not very complex. It's almost like a very good one note. It's a spiced oak with a little bit of sweetness. It's not overly sweet. It's actually not even. It's like mildly sweet, peppered, charred oak, and it's maybe a little cinnamon, but it's just that one taste all the way back. But it's balanced really well. It's not spiking anywhere. It's not making you feel. It's good. It's not as good as the first one, I don't think. I'll have to go back to the first one. But yeah, overall, that's a solid barrel. Probably good for, I mean, when you start blending these things together, it's just everything changes. But yeah, that one is, tell you what, the old barbecue note, not there anymore. The old cowtail note, not there anymore. It's like an oaky cornflake, kind of stays there a little bit, I guess you could say. Give it a check mark and say solid, balanced. I feel so professional making these notes. Oak project. It's like you're working on a project of balanced, solid oak. Makes so much sense. Did I miss anything? Oh, Drew Furstenberger says, oh, he's getting tired. Good night, Drew. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter. If you celebrate Easter, if you don't celebrate Easter, have a great weekend anyway. That's all I got to say about that. All right. That was number 3. Right? Yes. Now let's go to number 4. Number 4. Number 4 was the other one that I said was a little bit musty. And okay, there is something there that I am so upset about because I cannot. Oh my gosh, I know what that smell. I know that smell. Think, Matt, think. Stop talking and think. Son of a gun. I'll think of it. I'll think of it. No spins on number 6. Wade Riggs, sample tasting is going great. Sample tasting is going great. So far, we are 4 barrels in, and only one of them, which I wasn't a fan of so far. The rest of them, really, really good. As far as this, there's only one of them that I would be hesitant to put in the blend for fear of what it would do to the best barrel, if that makes sense. Man, why is that so familiar? And where? Okay. I don't think it's candy, but it could be. I don't think it's floral, but it could be. I don't think it's a baking spice, but it could be. Is blueberries the smell you're thinking of? No, it's not. Maybe I'll think of it after I taste it. I'm going to taste it. Number 4 down the hatch. Wow. Yeah, number 4 is really good. Number 4 is the highest proof so far. 127.8. And it is ringing right at 15 years old. Yeah, wow. On the nose at first, I was thinking it was a little bit musty. Going back to it, it was still there a little bit, but there was another smell in there that was actually really intriguing and something that was good. The palate, tremendous. That, I mean, it's hard coming up with different things for all of these because they're all very similar, especially since they all share the same age, the same mash bill, I assume, and roughly the same proof, pretty close. So we're really picking out things that are slightly different. So these tasting notes aren't going to vary all that much as far as, like, nothing's wildly different. These are more like differences in experience on the palate, I think. But 4 is an experience. It does a bunch of cool things in your mouth, twists and turns, curvy roads, ups and downs. Remember when you rode the school bus as a kid and the school bus driver always went over the little hill a little bit too fast and it made you go, whoop, and then your stomach went in your throat, and you called it, what did we call it? A tickle belly? It does that to you a little bit. Number 4 is delicious. I love delicious number 4. I will write tickle belly for number 4. Tickle belly yum experience, which I will remember. The nose, I'm going to put a question mark and say go back to it because I want to see if I can pick out that one note that was so interesting. G-forces. I knew nothing about the G-forces when I was little. All I knew was tickle belly. All right, number 5. Ooh, 5 is, I didn't have any notes for the nose of 5. I think 5 is the most fruity. It's got to be. Yes. 5 reminds me of like a strawberry cream a little bit, like one of those cream saver candies. Yeah, like a vanilla strawberry that came inside of a very awesome oak box that they burnt the shit out of the inside of the box, like number 4 char level, and they put vanilla yogurt or some sort of white chocolate. Now it's more of a vanilla covered strawberry inside this charred to shit oak box, and you open it on Valentine's Day and you are like, that smells exactly how you would think. And yes, I will be your Valentine all the time. Okay, the nose on 5 is really good. I like that a lot. Going back to 5, like the nose a lot. Down the hatch. That one is a little bit more stingy, a little bit more ethanol forward than the other ones. It's not as gentle on the palate as the others, as the other best ones. Yeah, a little bit more astringent. Maybe slightly drying. I'll come back to it, but I would say that is probably not going to be in my top 2. Probably not. Stringent. Drying deliciousness, because it's still really good. I spelled deliciousness, D-E-L, scribble, scribble, scribble. Because why? Why spell it out? I think it's time for a little bit of water. A little bit of H2O. Oh, hydrogen and oxygen blended perfectly. What nature's perfect blend? That's what I like to call that. Nature's perfect blend. Couldn't do it any better myself if I tried. That water gets me every time. So darn good. What do you think of Maker's FAE01? I haven't tried it yet. I don't even think I tried last year's Maker's. The other one? I don't think I tried that either. I might have. I have a theory that whoever comes up with the best idea at Maker's Mark for the new limited release gets their license plate number put on the bottle as the batch name. And I'm probably pretty accurate on that. Got to be close. Hey, Aiden Craig's in the house, just listening in. What's going on, Aiden Craig? How the heck are you? I'm trying to find the coconut on number 6 that I smelled before, and I'm not sure that it is there. Red Lobster. The old Seaside Trio. The old shrimp scampi. Extra biscuits, no big deal. Bring me to biscuits. Bring me to biscuits. Bring me to biscuits. Dang it. I can't find that coconut anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to find it on the old palette. Let's try it. Ooh. That's wonderful. Is that the lowest proof? No. That is also 125.8 proof. It is exactly 15 years old. And man, that was the opposite of 5. 5 was like, pew, and like, yeah. This was like nice and easy. Nice and easy. So stinking just balanced and nice. Like vanilla. Man, like it's weird because there's just different types of oakiness in all these barrels. And it doesn't take long to realize which ones are good and which ones aren't as far as the oaky characteristics of it. And 6 was definitely aged. Definitely had that age on it. But not, man, just a completely different experience than some of the other ones, which is weird. The tasting notes aren't all that different. It's just the experience of how, like, the route it takes through your taste buds and down into your wonderful Kentucky Hug belly. That took a great route. I give your route an A+. I give you 3 check marks, and you will be competing with, I believe, number 4 and number 1 for first place. So good. Dave Rose says, cheers, everybody. Thank you for the super chat, Dave. Appreciate the heck out of you. Appreciate it. All right. Number 2 is not going to do anything else for the rest of the night except for sit there. So number 1, number 4, and 6. Then 5 and 3 also need to be retasted, but not with as much scrutiny as 1, 4, and 6. And I haven't used the word scrutiny maybe ever in my entire life. So whiskey gives me vocabulary powers, apparently. Love it. 15 years, I definitely expect a lot of oakiness. Yeah, the oakiness is there. And it's just, you know what? I bet you these super high proof, super aged Kentucky bourbons would go tremendous with a delicious, glorious, wonderful, rolled to perfection Alec Bradley cigar that you dream about when you're dreaming, and also dream about when you're wide awake, because they're just that good. For goodness sake. Man, that sounds good right now. Maybe after this. Maybe after Red Lobster. I'm going to go back. I just tried 6. I'm going to take another sip of 6. 641. 641. This is 6. Oh, wait. I just found the tropical. Oh, heck yeah. Hello, number 6. Nice to do you for. So weird. 6 almost tastes like they've already added water to it. It doesn't taste... I mean, no, it's there. The heat is there, but it's hidden. It's like hidden heat. How did you hide the heat so well, number 6? Undercover heat. Undercover boss, you could call it. So good. Young Hai Chang says, dare you attempt mixing any of these samples? Oh, I dare. Heck yeah, I dare. I went into this with that idea, thinking they didn't ask me to do it. They didn't ask me to do it, but guess what? I just might do it. Just might do it. Hey, the Bourbon Wrench is back up in the saddle again. What's up, everyone? What's going on, Trev? Dan, Julie, what the heck, says Trev in his Trev voice. Blend 1 and 4. Maybe I will. Maybe I will, Kevin. Or maybe you should mind your own business and let me do it, Kevin. Just kidding. I'm joking. It was a joke. Sorry I came off angry. I don't get angry all that much. All right, number 4. Man, 6 is so good. Let's try 4 again. Those are similar, very similar. 4 drinks a little bit higher proof, and that is because it is the highest proof. Man, 4 and 6 are like 2 peas in a pod. They're like a couple of twins. John and Jacob. And one of the twins is slightly hotter. But it's not necessarily a good thing because the other one is a little bit more mellow and chill and relaxed. And you think that you'd get along with the hotter one because it's so hot. But instead, you find yourself drawn to the one that's not as hot, but more pleasant, and one that you could bring home to your parents, and they would probably enjoy more because it's more tolerable, and they don't have to worry about getting burned or something. I feel like it was a pretty good comparison up to the last part. So sorry about that. Number 1. Ooh. Man, number 1's okay. There's a little bit of runt candy on here, like a little bit of like green, like the lime runt, and a little bit of banana runt on here, but not overwhelming, but good, nice. Nice and sweet. Oh man, I think the nose on number 1's the winner for the nose. It has to be. All right, down the hatch with number 1 to see if 1 won or if 1 almost won, but didn't. Oh, crap. Those 3 barrels, those 3 are those are the jam right there. Those are so good. I don't know how they do together if they were blended together, but those ones are the standouts. 1 also came through a little bit more astringent than number 6, but I also said that 6 drank under its proof, where number 1 and number 4 drink right there with it. Yeah, number 1 and number 6 are the exact same proof, and they are 1 month apart in age. Yet, the slightly younger one, the one that's 1 month younger, drinks under its proof, where number 1 drinks at its proof. And I think that number 6 might actually win this. Okay, wow. Yeah, that tropical note is coming through on 6 weird. That coconut? Well, okay. It's back, baby. It's back, Brittany. It's Brittany, bitch, and it's back. Number 6 is a winner. Number 6 is a winner. Yeah, there's no... Okay, I got to give 6. 6 is the winner. Then 4 and 1. Oh, I've got to taste test 5 and 3 again too. And then I am also terrified to taste number 2 again, because what if I was wrong about number 2? I wasn't. But if I taste it again, that it opens up the old possibility box. Oh, that's good. That's good water. How many of you guys called it for number 6 again? Man, I'm also wondering if everybody who got this box, I saw some people on Instagram have it. I know of one other YouTube channel that got this box. I'm sure that others have it as well, but I'm wondering if we all got the same barrels or if we got different barrels, because there's only 6 here. And if they're having a widespread release, like that it was a 14-year, they have to have more than 6 barrels. So I'm guessing that people got different barrels. They have to. Yes, maybe not. Shayla's in the hizzy. Hey, Shayla, how are you? Whiskey Central. If you're not watching Whiskey Central, you better be. Oh, she's leaving. Headed home tomorrow. Safe travels, Shayla. Have a safe trip back home. All right. Between number 4 and number 1. Yeah, I think it's 614. Oops. 6 came in first. 1 came in second. 4 came in third. And then we'll just do a quick taste of 5 and 3 to determine which one comes in 4th and 5th. And then I will come back to these by myself later to make sure that I'm not crazy. And then I will fill out this beautiful card for Sam Houston with my rankings, my grades, and my notes. Please note this tasting kit box is made in the USA from mahogany and not white oak. Please drink responsibly. 2021 Western Spirits, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Heck yeah. I am going to write all my goofy tasting notes on this thing, and they will read them and wonder why they ever sent me this kit. But that's the way we work. That's the way we're going to roll. Five. Five is good too. A little stingy, little bit bright, like a little bit. Wow, yeah. 5 really hits you with the old zow, like sharp. It's sharp. 5 is sharp. And man, 5 reminds me of 2 a little bit. Now that I tasted 5. And 3. 3 smells a little bit better than 5 did. Let's see. Julie's going to bed. Yeah, 3's better. Good night, Julie. Talk to you soon. Have a great evening. Have a good weekend. And thanks for being here. Appreciate the heck out of you. Man, that was good. This was a very good experience. Yeah, I'm going to say 3, 5, 2 in that order for 4, 5, and 6. That was a ton of fun. I can't wait to compile. When I compile my notes and stuff, I'll take pictures of it and post it on Instagram, of course, obviously. Post it in the ADHD Whiskey Facebook group. If you haven't checked that out yet, it's a real thing. I never mention it because I always forget. But if you search ADHD Whiskey in like the groups thing on Facebook, you'll find it. Just have to answer a few questions to get in. And yeah, it's a super small group right now. Not very many people in there because it's pretty new and I never talk about it. But yeah, lots of stuff happening in there. Not lots of stuff, but like channel stuff. Oh man, that was fun. That was good. My palate is oak heavy right now. My tongue is made out of pure charred oak right now. So heavy and so hard. Kevin, Matt and I are very much agreed on our favorite budget bourbon, so I trust his tasting notes. Heck yeah. You just gotta, that's it. You gotta find the person that you can trust. You can relate to what they taste and what you like. When you find the person who likes the same thing you like, then you can go off of you can help each other out. And that's a cool thing when you find like a reviewer or like a whiskey writer or just friends that share the same palate as you, then you can actually do double the work in half the time. I'm pretty sure that's true. And if it's not true, then it at least sounded pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, that does that. What the heck else? Oh yeah. I've got this down here. Hold on. I want to say thank you to new patrons. Patreon has been helping a lot lately with determining some things. Like Patreon voted on everybody who's going to be involved with the new Old Charter YouTube collaboration project, and we've been doing a lot of extra stuff on there lately. A lot more lenses and things. This week was slowed down a little bit due to just not. I felt under the weather this week. I'll admit it. I didn't feel the greatest this week, and it wasn't the thing because we tested for it and it wasn't the thing, but still there was some sort of something going around that we here at the household caught, and we haven't been feeling the greatest. So that slowed down a little bit this week, but we'll kick it back up a notch as soon as we're feeling back up to 100%. That's the wrong button. What the heck, Matt? Get with it. Get your stuff together and click on the right button. There, you did it. Sam Houston Bourbon Whiskey says, you had me at Red Lobster. Oh, are you oh man, the biscuits. The biscuits. One day I'm going to splurge and get the ultimate feast. One day I will. Not anytime soon, but one day. One day I'll do it. Sam Houston Bourbon Whiskey, you're still here, or you were. I want to say thank you for allowing me to do this. This is extremely cool. So much fun. And I know that a lot of people really, really, really enjoyed last year's 12-year and the 14-year. And I personally enjoyed the 14-year so much. And it's an honor to be even thought about and asked to do this. And it's super cool experience. But I do have to say this. This is a great strategy. Sam Houston sends the people who talk about their whiskey, and they're like, hey, we want you to decide. We want you to help us decide what to put in this whiskey. And then they create it, and it's blended, and then they send it back out. And we have no choice but to like the whiskey because we helped make it. And that's where you're wrong. If I gave you bad advice, I will say so. And I will be like, what was I thinking? If it's bad, I'll say it. And I will trash myself. But I have a feeling that that's not going to be the case because these are good and delicious. And I'm not sure what they're going to taste like proof down. That's always a question mark. How does water affect it? Does it change in a good way, or does it become more astringent and get funky? You just never know. But that'll be a really cool thing to see, especially the final product, which I will be reviewing, obviously. And by reviewing, I mean, tasting and talking about. But yeah, I'm super excited to see what comes out of this project and like what product is the result of this. Super excited to see. Thomas Vo, love what you do, Matt. Cheers. Thank you, Thomas Vo. Thomas Vo is the man. Friggin' Thomas. Wow, guy makes the whiskey in here. Porter is saying, what? Oh, no, they sent it. They're probably monitoring me to make sure that, I'm acting accordingly. And I feel like I did pretty well. Number 2, the second barrel. I'm going to smell it and taste it one more time. And just to be sure. Yeah. Maybe I'm crazy. Crap. Okay, the finish isn't that great. Okay, yeah, it does get funky at the end. Yeah, not good. I was concerned for a second that I was wrong, but then it feels like I feel like they put the second barrel in there as a test to see if we could pick that out as it being it's the odd man out. It's just there's something musty and not great about it. Wet basement kind of thing. But that's fine. Hey, Kira's in the house. Kira Collins. Friggin' heart you too. If you're talking to me. If you're not talking to me, super sorry, but still heart you. Thrasher, did you get down to Moonshine University yet? Nope, at the end of May. I'll be down there at the end of May. Right before we do the blending for Bardstown Bourbon Company, we'll also be doing the Moonshine University. Friggin' Kira. Oh, that's good. We thank you for your honest opinions and feedback. Super. I love it. And they typed that, and then out loud, they said, idiot. Stupid idiot. Just kidding. What is the date? The 2nd. Let's go back. Let's go back a couple weeks. Just to make sure that I don't miss anybody, because I love all of you who, let's go back to the 19th. Yes. New patrons, Jordan. Thank you so much for becoming a patron. Michael Jordan became a patron. Mark Royland, thank you so much. Scott and Suzanne. Friggin' super generous. Andrew Schleiss. Jason Newman, crazy generous. Thank you, Jason. Peterman. Scott Hornick, what a generous man he is. Julie Stockton, thank you so much. Aaron Lastoria. Ernie Brubaker, the Brubaker maker himself, a patron. Jeffrey Gillum, Jen and Cheech Artolino, and AB Cigars Alec. I love all of you so much. So much. Thank you for becoming patrons. Thank you for helping keep the lights on. And honestly, with the whole the whole whiskey tube bracket challenge thing, the Patreon really helps because it's not cheap. Like the samples and then getting samples to people is very costly. The old Charter Project stuff with bottles and labels and making the initial blends and then getting those bottles out, it's costly. So if it wasn't for Patreon, I wouldn't be able to do that. And I thank you so much for that. Super chats also. I appreciate the heck out of you. It's what helps me be creative and be able to do that and not worry about how I can afford it. So thank you guys so much for that. The mat signal should be a thing. The mat signal. It's just like a giant circle in the sky. Beautiful. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. This was super fun. I had a blast. Next week will be fun. Hopefully, I'm not sure. The tournament might start next week. It's possible. But if not next week, definitely the week after. But yeah, it's going to be a great week next week. New video on Monday, which will be the new Elijah Craig tournament video. And then again on Tuesday and a video on Friday. So thank you all for being in here. Love the heck out of each and every one of you. You make my Friday nights super special. Still can't believe all of you watch this crap. I don't believe it. It's incredible. But I love it. Friggin' love it. And I love each and every single one of you. So my name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on mahogany boxes filled with samples of whiskey that you were asked to dissect with your nose and tongue and take notes about and send back through the internet with technology and smarts. Super